We are live here at Team Powerhouse. Coldwell Banker, thank you so much for joining us today. It is Tuesday. Today is the
5th
of October. We are in October finally. I made that mistake last week. We are live here with my partner, Erik, over here. We are very excited to be with you, and we have lots to talk about today about getting ready for the fall, winter, and what to do with your house and how to make sure it's ready to go. Most importantly, if you haven't already, please join us on our team podcast at the YouTube channel, Team Powerhouse Sells, Team Powerhouse, our Instagram, our TikTok, our YouTube, our Facebook. Please join us. Remember that every episode we give away a free tumbler. We love giving away free tumblers, and we're very excited to have you as a part of our guests and the show.
Our Instagram and TikTok are Team Powerhouse Sells. Our Team Powerhouse Real Estate, though.
Team Powerhouse Real Estate on the TikTok and Instagram. Make sure it's the official page.
What's the MySpace one?
I mean, we don't have that anymore. I mean, 10 years ago we could have, but no.
Absolutely.
Not even 10 years ago, like 20.
So our episode today is going to talk about how to get your house ready for sale. No, actually, more importantly than get ready to sale, how to get your house ready for winter and the fall season. Storms coming along. You know, Erik, I actually put on a pair of jeans for the first time yesterday. My wife and I went to the Bethany Fair with my daughter. Had a lot of fun there. They had a great time in Bethany at the Bethany Fair. Congratulations and thank you so much, Bethany, for the amazing job you guys did over there. Everything was free. They had a great food. They had great fun.
Never heard of the Bethany Fair.
Yeah, the Bethany Fair.
Never heard of it.
It was a lot of fun, man. It was good.
That's
stuff.
okay. I never heard of the Durham Fair until about 5 years ago. So
if you know of any fairs coming up, let us know. We'd like to check them out. And anything exciting you can think about that you want to talk about over here on the podcast. But more important, let's get on to our topic here today, Erik. Why don't you start us off?
yeah, winter prep. Up here in New England, we all know what the winters can be like. We've got some fascinating and funny topics to talk about. I'm going to start us off with the somber one. Salt. What? Huh?
You want to go back and forth? You want to do all yours?
Well, I'm going to start with mine.
Okay.
Because I actually have more items on my list than you have on yours. Salt for the driveway, walkway, and sand for traction if you're stuck in your driveway.
Let's talk about that. So you own a house, you have walkways, and by the way, if you own a house and you're on a corner lot like I am, which I didn't realize when I bought my house, you actually have to take care of all the walkway all the way around. You're responsible for that.
You didn't know that?
No, I had no idea when I bought a house. I did not know when I bought a house that I'm responsible for the walkway that goes from here all the way around my house.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you don't do it, you can be fined. So you have your walkways that are on your property as far as your own personal walkway to your, let's say, garage if you have one. And then you have the walkway that's around your house that have to be for the people living in your neighborhood who want to walk their dogs or other species that want to walk or just walk in general.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that I learned is that when it regards salt and your walkway, some of the salts are really harsh on some of like the higher end pavers and stuff like that.
That's a good point.
So you're definitely going to want to make sure that the salt is not going to corrode your nice walkway there.
You spent a lot of money on your walkway. You've done a paver patio. You've done any kind of special kind of stone specialty. Maybe you did stamping, etc.
Yep.
You're right. Your stone definitely makes a difference. And also, if you have pets, it's important to make sure the salt you pick up is going to be pet safe. Absolutely.
Yep.
I know that the first time we bought salt, not even thinking about it, honestly, I had no idea. We put the salt down. I remember our dog would go outside and you heard him kind of whimpering. And it felt so bad because
They burn their pads.
I had no idea that there was such a thing as salt for pets, which is a very cool thing. It's a little more expensive. Actually, it's a lot more expensive. But if you love your pet and you have pets, definitely make sure you have salt for your pets. Good one. I love it. And also you mentioned the sand.
Yes. So sand. So if you're one of those unfortunate ones that either don't have a garage or only have a one car and it's full of stuff like mine is,
Yes.
then you need salt sometimes. I mean, sand to be able to move the vehicle when it's time to snow shovel or snow blower or whatever.
Or if you have somebody who comes to visit you and they get stuck in your driveway because it wasn't plowed correctly, having that extra sand is definitely going to help out with getting under the tires.
Yeah, getting the traction.
Yeah.
Yep.
And sometimes you have a lot of snow that comes in unexpectedly. Because, in New England, one of the things we find about snow and all this weather patterns is they really don't know what's going on. They have no idea. They say we're going to have, 3 inches of snow. We get 8 inches of snow. We're like, what the heck just happened here?
Or you have the combination of wet snow, dry snow.
Yes.
You get that icy layer. Forget
icy
about
layer.
it.
Or they say they're going to have 12 inches of snow. You plan 4 and you get 2 inches of snow. And you bought everything.
I'm never disappointed when that happens. So
Never
I don't know.
disappointed. That's a good point. Actually, I like that. Except the fact you went to the grocery store, which is actually pandemonium running wild over there. You're trying to get eggs and milk and bread and cold cuts, and then you went in there and you got nothing for no reason.
You got a month's supply of water.
A month's supply of water. For sure. All right. Number 2 is your heating system. Now, if you haven't done so already, and we're coming into that fall winter time, definitely get your heating system serviced. Now, why do I say this? Very important. Getting your heating system serviced is going to be doing 2 things. 1, more efficiency. Number 2, it's going to make sure that it lasts longer. And number 3, you're coming into that fall winter season. Do not wait until the last minute, right? I mean, like, honestly.
Yes, but you said 2 things and then you read off.
That's right, 2 plus. So you go and you want to get your heating system serviced and you wait till the wintertime. Guess what? You're not getting it done. They're jacked up. They're backed up. They're not having your heating system taken care of.
Well, they're probably out there handling more repairs than anything.
They are
folks that didn't jump ahead, and they're out there trying to start up
absolutely
furnaces and boilers that are done.
Whether they have propane heat, whether they have gas heat or oil. And I can tell you that when it comes to this kind of stuff here, it's important to, one of the things on our list over here is make sure, is it on your list over here? Is it mine?
I think it's on yours.
Make sure you have enough oil, propane, and gas. I'm sorry, oil, propane, and
it's over there, dude.
That's a good point.
It's on your list. Right?
We have. So let's talk about what you need to have ready for yourself as far as oil. Yeah, propane. You want to make sure they're full. Fill them up now. Do not wait until the season has started already. The prices are going to go up. The prices are still down right now. The market is still very reasonable in your propane prices and your oil. So go call your people tomorrow. If you don't have a service contract, by the way, it's another great thing to do is get a service contract with your provider. The service contract is going to do a couple of things for you. Number 1, your $350 for the year is going to include a cleaning, and also if anything goes down during the season, you're going to be covered. You pick the phone up, you call them up, and guess what happens? They show it up. One of the companies that, I won't mention any company specifically.
Prices vary though, because you quoted $350.
It can be between $250 and $400. How about that for a service contract?
Yeah.
But the service contract is very important to have. The cleaning itself on an oil heating system, which in my opinion is the best, I love oil, is going to be around $350 for a service contract on average. The actual just cleaning alone is about $200 change. And you want to make sure you get this done every year. Every year being done is going to make a big difference in how your heating system is going to work and the efficiency. If you have an older heating system or a newer system, get it done every year. All right, Eric, I talked about the boilers. I talked about the heating. You go next, buddy.
So my notes here say that we should check with our snowplow company to make sure the contract is renewed or up to date.
That's
so absolutely. I mean, you don't want to find out after that first or second snow that you call the plow guy and you're like, "Hey, dude, my driveway's full. When are you coming?" And he says, "What are you talking about?"
You didn't renew. Yeah. You didn't say you wanted to get service back done again. And listen, this is very important. As realtors, we have loads of people to connect with you. As your agents hopefully have for you, and if they don't, let us know. We'll be happy to help you out. You want to make sure your contracts are in order when it comes to your seasonal help. And that is people who are cutting your grass, obviously springtime. And you want to make sure that people who are actually going to snowplow your driveway, walkways, if you're not doing it yourself, I would definitely make sure that you prepare them in advance now. Now is the time to do it. It's October. We could get snow by end of October. We might not get it till February. We have no idea. But make sure your plans are in place. Make sure you get the your snowplow person in a phone call this week. They'll love to hear from you. Get it prepared, get it signed, get it done.
Yeah, I mean, get it done early. I mean, what if they say, "Listen, I've got a full slate. I can't squeeze you in."
That happens all the time.
Yeah, absolutely.
We get phone calls from people like, "Oh my God, I didn't sign up my contract with my snowplow person. I have nobody." And that's a problem in midwinter. And there's a snowstorm for 8 to 10 inches and you have nobody doing it. And by the way, this is very important too. I don't care how strong you are, how much muscles you have. When it comes to plowing snow, it's a major physical job. People die of heart attacks every year from that. So even though someone like Eric, who is very capable of fitness and strength,
I shovel a lot.
I believe you shovel a lot.
We shovel a lot.
Just definitely make sure you're prepared for this whole process and get it done early. Do not wait. Next topic we're going to talk about is if you have a fireplace, okay, let's get the cord of wood now. Let's get the wood in place at your house. Make sure you have it in advance. You want to make sure the wood is seasoned wood, as I've been told.
Seasoned and dried.
Seasoned and dried. Make sure you get that cord of wood. Get the wood prepared. Have it out there. Let it get.
Make sure it's covered so it stays dry.
Absolutely, definitely good point.
Do not bring too much into the house.
No,
because you bring the critters in with it.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a good point. And then if you have a wood burning stove, make sure you have the wood for that. But also, if you have a pellet stove,
bags of pellets.
Get the pellets now. What are the pallet of pellets? Yeah, things are cheap now.
Yeah. Now, David, what is better, the pellet stove or the fire burning stove?
Is that a question from you or
it is from me?
Okay, good question. So that's actually personal because what I would say to you is, and actually, Eric, maybe you want to jump in on this or not before I.
Well, I have. So I had a pellet stove.
Yes.
So I have some experience with a pellet stove. One of the advantages to having a pellet stove is, depending on what you have the heating set on, you could put a bag, a 50-pound or a 60-pound bag into the hopper, and you're set for the day. It'll burn for 24 hours.
You are set for the day. Agree with you 100%.
As opposed to the wood, you're going out, you're getting wood, or you're stacking wood in there.
You're out
every
there
couple hours,
and you're physically get the wood inside the house. You just meant this. That's so smart. Being prepared with the wood, being prepared with the pellets. The pellets and the wood right now are much cheaper than they're going to be during the season starting, right? And the fact that you mentioned have everything ready to go. Why wait? You know what? I was in a house the other day and they actually had a fireplace going. And it was such a nice ambiance. It was
nice atmosphere. You got the smell. Yeah.
I love it.
We talked about that a couple of weeks ago. It's like, for showings and stuff, having that fireplace going.
If you're going to sell your house and you're getting ready to do so, get that wood, get the pellets because people love to feel warmth in your house. The warmth in the house is one of those senses that makes you feel comfort. Good stuff. Next topic.
I got the next topic. It's a humorous one, but not because it annoys the heck out of me. So it's mailbox protection.
Oh,
all right.
Got to be protected.
When the plow comes over and knocks your mailbox into Wallingford and stuff, that's so annoying.
I don't understand why the plow people have to do that every year.
They don't have to. It's just, the plow, they go at a particular speed, and depending on how much snow is on the ground, it's going to hit your mailbox and it's going to knock it off.
I actually know a guy, a good friend, off the record, I won't mention his name,
okay,
who works for the town.
A town. We won't say which town.
No, and I know that for a fact there's competition between these plow guys.
Oh, really? I got 7. I got 9.
It's not fun. It's not funny because especially when it's your mailbox and my mailbox, it's not funny at all. You want to have that. It looks like a pallet actually in front of a mailbox, and they set it up with some kind of a.
Well, it's an A-frame.
A-frame.
It's an A-frame.
Yeah.
The ones that most people. I mean, there's some really nice ones out there.
There are some.
In Cheshire, they've got Cheshire Rams painted on it. The Ram emblem and stuff like that.
Definitely good to have your local town, school.
Yeah,
that's a nice thing to do. But these A-frames or pallets or whatever they have them set up, get them ready over your house, mailboxes. Don't plan to get them ready when the winter starts and it's happening. Go get them in advance, buy them, make them.
So I actually showed a house in Waterbury about a month ago, and the mailbox post was reinforced. It was reinforced. There was actually rods into the ground to keep the mailbox post from moving. Yeah, I've never seen that before.
I've actually seen that. One of my neighbors has that done. They were so sick and tired of this. They said, you know what? If these people come by, he said, bleep, 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 bleep them. I'm going to make sure that they can't take down my mailbox.
Yeah, my mailbox looks like the very first snow. It looks like a Pez where the mailbox just pops forward. Yeah. It's like it didn't dispense any Pez or anything. Then the next go around, the mailbox is in my driveway, and it stays there for the duration. By the way,
oh my gosh,
my mailman's got to get out and reach to drop the mail in the box. Yeah, it's crazy.
Not nice. Guys who are plowing the snow for the state and the towns, please be a little more gentle over here. We need to have a little bit more sensitivity to the mailboxes. All right, let's talk about the next thing over here is making sure that your oil tank is full. Buy your oil now. Get the better price. Don't wait till the winter time because guess what? The price is going to go up. Okay, so in your house, you've got spigots outside, also known as
Hose bib.
hose bibs. And most of the time, you don't think about this. You want to make sure to shut them off and drain them out. So drain them out, shut them off.
So you should have a shut off on the inside of the house.
Absolutely, yes.
There's either a ball valve or
Ball
just
valve.
a regular valve
Yes.
to turn off.
The ball
You
valve.
turn it
I
off from the
understand, by way.
inside.
Yep. The ball valve.
Open it on the outside, let it drain out,
Yes.
and then you won't have that pipe freeze on you.
By doing this, you're going to make sure that your pipes don't freeze, and then it kind of so you hear that tick 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 noise that's going on in the wintertime. Because I will say to you that I've done this at least once or twice. Got to shut it off. And I go, oh, MF. I did not shut mine off, and I hear the thing getting ready to go bananas. So definitely shut, drain, and yada yada yada. And if you don't know what to do, call your plumber or call Erik.
No, don't call me.
All right, so just want to make sure you guys are paying attention, and if you haven't signed up already, go to our YouTube channel, subscribe. Every time you go and subscribe to one of our channels, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you're going to go and get one more opportunity to win a beautiful tumbler by Heather Knotts. Heather is going to take good care of us over here with the tumblers, and she's going to make a beautiful thing for you, and you're going to win a prize. Erik, what's next?
All right, so next we have check for tree limbs hanging over your power/cable lines and your house. So when this snow and this ice builds up on these limbs, whether there's leaves on them or like an evergreen or anything like that, you get anything over the house or over those lines and it's too much weight, those limbs are coming down and they're taking out your power, your cable, internet. Your kids are not going to be happy with that.
No, and if you're a realtor, you're not going to be happy with that either because you definitely need internet service.
Right, and you don't want it. You definitely don't want that stuff coming down on your house.
No,
So,
definitely not. Not to mention the safety of the house itself, right? I mean, like a tree limb comes down onto your house and
yeah, your roof, your siding, it's going to damage it.
yeah, absolutely. As a matter of fact, you want to pay attention to also your actual property. You know, I have arborvitaes around my property, like kind of like a natural fence. It's amazing what ice can do. The ice that when you get that hail storms that come in, and not just it's actually more powerful than the actual snow itself. And then you see these limbs and these trees and the whole thing kind of bending and all screwed up over there. It's amazing what the water's water is the most dangerous element on this earth. What it can do to your home is unbelievable. So be prepared.
I don't know. Beer is pretty dangerous too. So
Beer. I love it. All right. So let's talk about your gutters. All right. So clear your gutters. Make sure the leaves are not in your gutters. Make sure that the water can flow through the gutters, making those gutters a lot more accessible to the liquid coming down and going out of the house. Make sure your gutter extensions are there so you can get the water away from your basements. If gutters go down and there's no piece in the bottom, what's going to happen is that water is going to go into your basement, which is going to create flooding. And you do not want to have flooding.
well, flooding it in the winter, that the closer to the top, it's going to freeze.
Which creates major problems.
It's going to put pressure on your foundation, you know, from expansion and contraction. Something
And
you don't
the
want to
gut-
mess with your
Then
foundation.
the gutters start to pull away from the house. The gutters pull away. Guess what happens? You have the roof that's close to it. And a lot of roofs today, by the way, we didn't talk about this before, is the, they call that, is that a damming, some kind of damming
Ice
shield?
dam.
Ice dam.
Ice dam. Yeah, you talked about it a couple shows ago where the electrician puts that
Yes.
cable along the gutter line there.
Definitely get in touch with an electrician. Actually, it's another point to bring up. Call an electrician today. Get them to come out and get a price for your house to put that cable, electrical cable, to help with the ice melting, eliminating the ice into the gutters, which eliminates also more problems in water in your house. You know, as a matter of fact, we talk about the gutter thing and the ice. What happens is the gutter pulls away, the water gets behind the actual side of your house.
Yeah, it gets inside the house.
It gets inside the house.
Yep.
I actually had that happen.
Me too.
I'm like, the windows are shut and I have water in my house dripping in. I was freaking out. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, how's this possible to happen?
Mhm.
The gutters were full of ice, pulled away, and that's exactly what happened. Next.
Shovels, snow blower. So let's start with the snow blower. So first off, check your snow blower. You know, start her up. Make sure the auger is turning. Make sure everything's good with that. Make sure you've got enough fuel for the winter. You don't want to have to run out and get some gas if that's the case. Shovels, super important. My notes say hot cocoa or adult beverage, but that's usually after. That's after. That's your reward.
Maybe a little before, because you're gonna go into the cold and actually need a little warmth to go in there, and then a little more extra.
Maybe the cocoa, but not the adult beverage.
Maybe a little both.
It's-
Maybe a little
The adult beverage before, and I'm quitting halfway.
Let's go back into the snow blowers you mentioned over here, and what else? Snow blowers and shovels. So
Shovels.
right now, your Home Depots, your Lowe's, I have a good buddy of mine who has a place in there in East Haven. It's called Goodies, and a great family business that has all these supplies, by the way. Definitely a place to check out. If you've never been to Goodies before in East Haven, definitely check them out. Great prices, good family business. And again, preparing yourself in advance by going to these places, getting your shovels, getting your salt, getting your snow blower. Make sure you have these items now. If they're not been serviced, maybe you have one that's older, right? And maybe you need to get a new one, or something's coming
The
up.
shovels that they're coming out with now, have you seen them?
No.
They're crazy. They're not like, for years I just had your traditional shovel.
Yeah, the metal one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Heavy
scoop,
shovel,
you
yeah.
toss, you scoop, you toss.
Yeah.
You got these shovels now that they have this kind of waist thing where you
What?
can just walk and push.
Really?
Yeah. So you're not putting any strain on your arms and shoulders and stuff. It's crazy, but it's well worth the look.
I definitely hope to check that out. That's a good idea for me to buy as a gift. What a great gift for a client, maybe as a home gift for them.
Well, if you get that
Housewarming
gift from Dave, you know where that idea was born. Here today.
Let's talk about the shovel and the snowblower and what more thing was it?
Fuel.
Fuel.
Just making sure you got enough fuel stored up.
The
I mean, heck, whatever you didn't use for the drive mower or for the mower,
yeah, the diesel.
stock up and make sure you got the.
Is it
No, it's
diesel?
not diesel.
Fuel?
It's regular
Yeah,
gas.
Regular gas.
Regular
So
gas.
definitely go out and buy some of those fuel canisters, actually, as a matter of fact, because those also end up going very quickly. When you need one, guess what? There's nothing available. And you're driving around town and everywhere else you want to go or don't want to go. I definitely would go out and get some fuel tanks now, buy them, get them filled with fuel, because the price is only going up over the winter time for gas.
I've got 5 gas cans, so I'm not worried about
I
it.
think we have 3 or 4 in my house, as a matter
Yeah.
of fact. And the other thing is, I don't know how long it lasts, but I think it's about a year maybe that max it lasts for fuel. So if you have fuel from last year, I'm not sure that it lasted this long.
I don't know what the time frame is, but the gas does get. I'm going to use the word stale.
Yeah.
But it's not good for your engine. So
I definitely think you want to make sure, we think you want to make sure it's important to be prepared in advance for all these items here. These items we're talking about are going to help save you aggravation, stress, anxiety, and your spouse or significant other who is yelling at you because you're not prepared is going to be much happier to know that you got this prepared. And as a team together, you can make this happen and less anxiety and stress when the things are going down.
Yep.
Absolutely. If you have a generator, how about if you don't have a generator? As a matter of fact, a client reached out to me today. Sam and Don Taubel, by the way, who are living in Naugatuck, reached out to me and said to me, listen, you know what? We want to get a generator for our house. And we need some calls, some prices from some electricians to get this hooked up. So, of course, we as realtors, we want to make sure we have the right people introducing to them. Call your electrician. Get a generator hookup in advance, prepared for your house. By doing that, it's going to save you so many problems and headaches, especially if somebody has not public sewer and public water, but they have septic and well.
Yeah.
I mean, if you have septic and well and the power goes out, you're not showering, you're not flushing the toilets, you're at your neighbors. No, actually, not your neighbors, because your neighbors don't have that either. You're at the local gym taking showers. And
well, you can flush your toilet. It's just not going to fill back up.
One time.
Yeah.
You get a one-time shot. So definitely go and find out about generators now. Get your generator. Go buy a generator now. Be prepared in advance. Don't wait till the whole country, or the whole state of Connecticut for that matter, is looking for a generator and you don't have one. A generator costs what? I don't know, between
They
$500
range.
and $2,000, depending
range.
what you want to buy.
They range.
By the way, that might be a great write-off for your taxes for your accountant as well. It's also a thing that you may not only need today, but it's forever. They last a long time. But going back to the generator is make sure they're serviced. Make sure they're running and working correctly. You've had it for how long?
You want to fire it up and test it and make sure everything's working with it.
Now, Eric, are you familiar with generators? You have one by
I have a
chance?
generator, yes.
And what kind of generator do you have?
It's a Generac.
Oh, wow. Fancy.
Generac 8000.
That's one of those ones that can basically light up the whole street. I think. That's,
No, half
no.
the street.
Half the street.
Half the street.
Lots of generators have different powers to them based on what your needs and wants are for getting your house powered up.
Yeah, I mean, mine's not hooked up like to the distribution panel, even though I do have that hookup.
Yeah.
I have the 30 amp cable and everything. I just don't know how to operate the generator control that's below my distribution panel. But
I know a guy who knows a guy. I can definitely help you with that. And by the way, for you guys as well, making sure that it's hooked up correctly, because if it's not, you can definitely cause some serious damage to the people who are on the power lines.
yep, the guys that are working the power lines, it'll send a back charge
Yeah.
back through, and you
And
can electrocute one of the electricians if they're working on a power line
that
somewhere.
would be a very bad thing, very dangerous thing, and nothing you ever want to be a part of. And I
Don't
know
take our advice on how to do that.
No.
Seek a professional.
seek a professional. We'll get them professional. We'll get them an
Yeah,
electrician.
we'll get
who
somebody
knows how
on to
do
talk
this kind of
about
stuff.
that.
Absolutely.
But test that generator and make sure you got fuel for it.
Absolutely.
So like what we talked about, hey, listen, you got 3 or 4 cans or 5,
But
gas
they're
cans.
1 gallon a piece, 2 gallons.
No, but you don't know how long it's going to be,
That's
right?
right.
So you don't know how long the power is going to be out. You've already got the gas for the snowblower, so you might as well have some extra gas for the, because if you use it all for the snowblower, now you're out with the, with the generator.
Very good point. Very good point. All right. So where we are on the show today, we talked about a number of different things. How to make sure your house is prepared for the winter or the fall. To make sure that you have all these different items, we'll quickly run through them quickly about what we just mentioned. You can hopefully watch the show back. It's going to go, again, be taped live over here. It comes back on again on Saturday, a little more edited version, the whole thing over here. But more importantly, make sure your heating system is serviced. Make sure you have plenty of wood pellets or wood for your wood burning stove or pellet stove. Make sure your propane tanks and your oil tanks are full. Get them done now. Make sure they're full because it's going to cost you less money now than it will for sure in the future. Make sure your spigots or your hose bibs outside are drained and shut off. Make that all in advance for less problems and headaches for you financially. Clear your gutters. Make sure your gutters are clear so that the water can come down and out, and make sure your gutter extensions are in so water goes outside and not into your basement causing flooding. And by the way, if you don't have a basement system, let us know. We'll be happy to share with you how to get that taken care of because they're very crucial and very important part of owning a home and protecting your home. And on my last item over here is the generator, making sure that the generator is serviced, running, and make sure you have plenty of fuel for it. Erik, talk to me about your recap.
Oh, my recap?
Yes.
Yeah, so make sure you got the salt, make sure you got the sand. Double check with that snowplow company, make sure that you're up to date with them. The mailbox protection.
Make sure that
'cause
protection.
You don't want your mail going to your neighbor, 'cause, your mailbox is over there.
No protection, no fun.
Make sure you got the tree limbs out of the way. That snow and that ice is going to weigh those limbs down. They're going to come down. Shovels, hot cocoa, adult beverages, have them ready for
whiskey,
afterwards.
Bourbon, whiskey, and scotch. Definitely a friendly beverage for the season. Just mentioning that.
Yeah. That's it. Snowblower, check it. Make sure you got fuel, but you should have fuel for the snowblower and for the generator. That'll set you up for the winter.
All right, so here we are today, Tuesday. It is October 5th. We have Halloween coming up. This month, we have a bunch of exciting guests coming on. Next week, I'm very excited to share with you. Her name is Puff. She owns Camouflage Clothing Store in North Haven. She is well known in the area and throughout. She's going to be live with us on the show. She's a phenomenal person, has a great business, has beautiful clothing, and she's a lot of fun. We're very excited to have her on the show next week. We'd love to bring in businesses that are local to help them in getting exposed to you, the public. And it's important for us to make sure we can help you take care of that in any way we can. Again, Camouflage Clothing coming on next week. Puff, it's going to be exciting to have her here on the show. She's funny, and she brings a lot to the table. Jonathan, where are we on the show as far as our team and the spinning wheel? We are getting close to that moment over here. We have a lot of people in the thing now over there.
Yeah, we do. Let's take a spin.
Let's do the lucky winner of the October 1st Tuesday, the 5th.
Hey, Jonathan, did we get 10,000 yet?
No.
Okay.
Is a TikTok user. Ryron1PING.
All right, Ron, we're gonna be in touch
Ping.
with you. Please reach out to
Ping.
us. What's that?
No,
Ping.
Ping.
Rewrite. What is it?
All right, sorry. Let me. RyronPNG.
Listen, guys, if you win, make sure to reach out. If not, we're gonna reach out to you. And that is a TikTok user?
Yes. RyronPNG.
All right, get on our TikTok. Our TikTok station is gonna have a lot of fun things to share with you. New listings, new products, new things coming to the market. By the way, Erik, any new listings coming on that you can talk about, or anything you want to share with everybody over here?
Nothing on the immediate horizon.
I can share with you a new listing coming on the market in Naugatuck. It's a 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom with a finished basement. It is going to be cute. It's going to be hot, and it's going to be something you want to check out. So please reach out to us if you have any questions. We're excited to share with you what we had today. Thank you so much, buddy, for always
fun.
making this fun. Hope you enjoyed this information we did with you on the podcast today. The Team PowerCast of Team Powerhouse, live with you every Tuesday. Check us out. Check us in. Share our shows with you, your friends and family, please. And we will talk with you soon. And
Be safe this winter, folks.